Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Tino Plus Coffee podcast. Very happy to have you guys here today. I hope you've all had a really awesome week. It's been a good 7-8 days since you've heard from me last. And in that time, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff because I'm a nerd and this is just kind of what I do, right? So in the last week, let's see. I went to go see the Jurassic Park movie. I have to say that this was probably not my favorite out of all of them, but it was really refreshing to see Jeff Goldblum on screen. Chris Pratt does his thing. It's really cool to see all the original actors and actresses. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, I think I've watched that first movie like 100 million times growing up. It's awesome to see like the whole cast kind of come back for nostalgia's sake. But outside of that, like it's kind of in the middle of the road for me. It wasn't the best out of all of them. Also not a bad movie. It's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to give you like an honest opinion. Like I thought it was good. I think it's worth seeing, but I don't think it's one that like, yo, you got to go right away. Like maybe not right away, maybe give it a day or two. Maybe, wait till the opportunity presents itself. I don't think it's going to be like the biggest blockbuster this summer, but if you've got an itch for dinosaurs, if you're a fan of, science and all nerdy things like I am, I think it's fun. It's a fun sci-fi movie. It's nice to see these things back on screen. So do yourselves that favor and check it out. What I really enjoyed as far as like a cinematic reference is concerned is Miss Marvel just dropped recently on Disney. Oh my God, it's so good. It is so much fun. I think this is going to be one of the best to date. It's hard to say because it comes down to preference. Like I can't say if this is it, this is the one, like kind of how I felt about like Moon Knight or Loki, but this one's shot a little bit differently. It's definitely geared for a younger crowd, but also has enough stuff in it to kind of hit, a very broad audience. I think it's definitely worth your time and something to look into. They only have one episode. It actually came out a little bit earlier than it was expected to. I think it's going to have reoccurring episodes on Wednesdays, so like Tuesday midnight going into Wednesday. But I think that there's a lot of excitement around this. I think it's worth checking out. It's going to be a good watch. Like, don't listen to me. Go watch it. If you don't have Disney Plus, go get it. You're missing out. A lot of good stuff here. But this is one that I'm strongly pushing and recommending like right now. I thought it was fantastic. They have tweaked the storyline a little bit. I'm not going to give out any spoilers in this podcast whatsoever, but very, very, very strong recommendation at this point, and I hope that it carries through. I'm not sure how many episodes this is it's going to have, but I think most of them have been about 6 episodes so far, so hopefully that gives you something to work with. And while we're on the topic of Marvel has another game that is set to come out this year. They just launched a trailer from 2K Games. It's called Marvel Midnight Suns, and this looks really, really good. The description, more or less, is watch as Lilith, mother of demons, effortlessly subdues the almighty Venom, corrupting him to serve her cause. With Lilith's underworld army growing in size and power, the Midnight Suns need help, which arrives in the form of everyone's favorite web slinger, Spider-Man himself. So if you're looking at like the trailer, which is available, they've got like Hulk is on there, they've got Venom on there, and they're corrupted, right? So they've got like horns and green fire and it just like coming out of like weird places. Like Venom's tongue is the super long traditional Venom tongue, but like now there's like green flame inside of his mouth and the tongue is like glowing, and it's, I don't know, man, it just looks really, really cool. And then the Midnight Suns, they've got what looks like Iron Man and Hawkeye. They've got Blade, Captain America. Wolverine is like standing at the front with a tricep that's like massive for no reason. He's got like 28-inch arms. So I don't know what's going on there with Wolverine, but maybe it's all the adamantium that like, is on a skeleton. Like that's a workout in itself. Like just existing is a workout. He's always working out and regenerating. So even though I'm not the biggest Wolverine fan, I'll give him that. Like it makes sense that the 5'1" Canadian is buff. He's like a barrel with blades. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I think it's going to be worth checking out. And I just did a podcast episode with Gia for bodysnatchersmedia.com. And we kind of went into depth on that, touched base on a couple of things in this game. events surrounding it. I think this one is set to come out in October, like early October. So keep your eyes out on that. It looks like it's just going to be one hell of a video game. I could be mistaken, but I know that pre-orders are out already with a lot of different versions. It looks like it's going to be coming out on Xbox, PlayStation, obviously PC. So yeah, it's not necessarily an exclusive, but it's going to be available to everyone, and I think this is going to be worth your time. And then another game that kind of caught my attention that I think at the very least is worth mentioning is, let me pull up the correct title of it because I just remember the demo from it. Okay, so Minecraft Legends. This game looks like something that I'll probably purchase. I don't know if it's going to be amazing. As you all know, there's Minecraft, super love that. There's Minecraft Story Mode, which had a nice spin on a classic game, and Minecraft Dungeons, which is essentially Diablo in Minecraft form, watered down a little bit. Fun game. This game, as I described it in the Body Snatchers Media podcast, is a lot like if you were playing Spyro and just stuck in, like Minecraft, so like you're a Minecraft character, like everything around you is Minecraft. It looks like there might be a very light form of building, maybe for like specific tasks, things of that nature. But the rest of it just looks really fun, and it honestly looks beautiful. You get all the updated graphics that you kind of got from Minecraft Dungeons without having to have any extra skins or modifications. But you get like the playability of kind of like a Spyro game, like an action adventure game. So a lot of, jumping and tasks and mini whatever, that I'm sure they're going to have running around. So definitely check out the trailer for that. That one says it's not going to come out until 2023. So a little bit of a disappointment there. But I mean, it's something to look forward to, right? Like it's coming, like just give it some time. I think it's going to be one of those games we all enjoy because Minecraft Dungeons, like, playability is not necessarily the best. Like it's all right, but I think once you experience it, like you're kind of done with it. We're no longer looking forward to DLCs or anything like that. It just didn't have the same weight that the original Minecraft had, and like that's okay. It's it's all right. Every game is not going to be something that you're going to pick up and at any given time and want to continue playing, but just something that I think I'm looking forward to. So hopefully you guys are too. Talking about some new things on the horizon. And then I think there was something else that I wanted to bring up. Bear with me a quick moment. Okay, so regarding games that I'm playing on Twitch, I'm switching things up a little bit. I'm trying to kind of expand my horizons, but with things that I like. So I fired up Final Fantasy XIV for the first time today, and I'm going to continue streaming lightly Final Fantasy XIV each week, at least for the summer. That's my plan. Boy, it's rough getting back into that game. It's beautiful. I had almost forgotten that it's one of the most beautiful games I'd ever seen and played in my life, but I'm definitely rusty. So, if you guys want to pop in and check me out for at least 1 to 2 hours a week playing a little bit of Final Fantasy, we're not going to go too crazy, but we will make some advancements in the latest DLC. That's a thing that we'll be working on. I checked out Stardew Valley. I almost am tempted to make a new world because I barely remember what's going on in that game. I made a good amount of progress. I have no idea what I'm doing. So that was just me walking around the dark, just going, okay, like, we'll just see what happens. But also Stardew Valley is one of the most relaxing, chill games I've ever played in my life. So if you want to check it out, get hands on, it's a very inexpensive game. It's like $15. Plays a little bit like Minecraft, but it's kind of its own thing. It's got like a 2D, sort of like an 8-bit style type of game. You may super enjoy it. And if you are a fan already, then hey, pop in. I'll try to be rotating that maybe once a week, maybe every other week, something like that. But I think we'll have some time to just have a nice, relaxing vibe with Stardew Valley. The last and final game that I checked out was actually new to me. If you are a Rick and Morty fan, I had this recommended to me. It's called Trover Saves the Universe. And this game is very refreshing. I kind of remember vaguely hearing about it when it came out back in, I think it was 2019. Life was in a weird place for me. I just didn't get a chance to buy the game and check it out. I know that it's a very heavily VR influenced game, which we're not doing at this point in time on the streams. But it's good. Like it's really good. It's very raunchy. It's very aggressive. There's a lot of swearing and just wild things happening. So if that's not for you, don't feel like you have to come in. But it'd be nice if you did, we don't need kids too little hanging out because, again, the language and stuff like that. But that's something that I think we'll be moving forward through for at least the next couple of weeks until we get a new game coming out. I think Stray is the next game this July that I have my eye on. That's like a really awesome cat game. I don't want to say too much. Like, look up the trailer for Stray. That's not really what this specific show is about, but we'll get into it when the time is ready. So all those things being said, this is just, like my weekly catch-up updates, just let you guys know what's going on in the world. I do have an exam coming up, in the next couple of weeks, so fingers crossed I do okay on that. If you don't see me streaming, it's because I'm down and out and I need to study more and I didn't do so hot. So, whatever. We'll figure it out. But I like to address things like that just because I think people often just see your success online, right? Like, social media has come to this place where it's like a highlight reel for all your greatest wins. And while that can be cool, it's not real life, right? Like, that's not how real life goes. Like, you ever see like the old picture with the iceberg like floating in the water, and this is what everybody sees, but then there's this massive amount of hard work and trial and error and losses, for success underneath the water. And that's the part that people don't necessarily showcase. So it's not that I want to like show every loss that I've had or that I'm currently having, but I'm not afraid to speak on it and say that like, hey, like I'm having a hard time, work is a lot. I'm studying as best as I can. I may not be the best test taker, or maybe, my study methods may not be quite as concrete as I thought they were. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, whatever. But most recently, like, I did not pass the exam that I was trying to, but it's okay. I got a retest date done. I looked at, all the results and where I can kind of hyper focus and do a little bit better. And that's what I intend to do. And if I don't get it the next time, then hey, maybe third time's the charm. And we continue down this path until I get it right. And then we move on to the next thing. And that's really with anything in life. So, don't let these highlight reels that people fabricate like make you feel some type of way. You're not obligated to showing or participating in that. Like, be a real person. Like, if you failed at something today, good, great, because that's the first step to doing better and achieving more, is not giving up and just kind of going back to the drawing board. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And there's a lot of stuff people are not doing. So I think maybe I'll get on Twitter today and ask a question like, hey, if you were to start your own business or follow your dream, what the heck would it be and why have you not done it yet? That's a tough question for a lot of people to answer sometimes, but it's an honest one. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's the update. Come check me out on twitch.tv/Tino Plus Ultra. You can also check out my other podcast on bodysnatchersmedia.com. I'm listed on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, a whole mess of stuff. So, come through. I'd love to hear from you. That being said, you take care.